Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is the Big Girl Diary. I still got a good one for you today. Okay, this right here is my daughter's cat. Ah, all right. Let me give a recap. Okay, Ilma or Ashley and Brighton are twin sisters. Brighton is, well, one could say the good twin, and Ilma or Ashley, one could say, is a not so good twin. And the two of them had contention to where Brighton sued Ashley because she stole her identity and just did things with her identity that caused her distress. Now, at some point, Ashley moved to Australia in 2019. 2018, she moved to Australia, I would say, to get away from her sister. The further away she was, the better off she was. And what was that, 25,000 miles away? Wow. Okay. 2021, Ilma decides to go see her sister. Okay. Nothing wrong with that, trying to rekindle to make things work. Not Ilma. Ilma is in a relationship with Evan Rachel Wood. Evan is bisexual, and I think Ashley is a lesbian. Now, what I find interesting about Ilma is that she's with a woman that's bisexual, and Ilma is doing all types of things to her ex-boyfriend to bring him harm or drama and emotional distress, and Ilma is with it. Now, either Ilma really doesn't get the dynamics of what's going on, that she really wants to be with her former boyfriend and not with her. I don't think she gets that dynamic for her to do all the things she did to get Evan's approval, which the relationship wind up breaking up in, what was it, 2000, later on that year in 2021. That's quite interesting, to where you go to Australia. You basically there as a cover to use your sister to steal her identity, put all this information out there as if Ilma was her sister doing it. And Marilyn Manson looks at Brighton Gore as Evan's love interest when it wasn't Brighton, it was her sister Ilma. I think Evan was orchestrating her own movie, being the producer, just doing all this stuff. To no avail, because Ilma left the broken iPad that Evan's son broke, and instead of buying Ilma a new one, she borrows one from her cousin Madeline before she goes to Australia. You can't make this stuff up. Oh man. I don't know whether if it's a level of youthful stupidity. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Marilyn Manson's in his 50s and just looking at this foolishness saying, okay, I'm going to let you hang yourself, and you're going to do it all on your own, because I'm going to give you enough rope for you to do it. And that's exactly what Marilyn did. Now, Brighton is testifying against her sister. I mean, you would think the first time Ilma did that And now she does it again for a woman that Ilma's in love with that doesn't reciprocate it. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. Now, to finish up the that was that part, and just sort of recapping. Now, Ilma goes back to Watson, California, with her cousin and her sister, to where she leaves the broken laptop. The broken iPad that she gifted. She gives her sister and her niece a broken iPad. You're ridiculous, Ilma. Ridiculous and cheap. And then it gets so bad between Ilma and Brighton that Ilma goes on a work. She goes to Florida for a job, and that's when not Ilma, but Brighton decides to get the iPad to work, because iPads are expensive. She gets it to work, and then she sees everything what Ilma has done in Australia. You can't make this stuff up. Now, one of the things that she saw Ilma do was she saw and heard the conversation between Wood and Ilma, and Wood, aka Alabama, sends this to Ilma. She says, here's the letter. To whom it may concern, please be advised, as Miss Evan Rachel Wood is one of the primary witnesses in connection with the impending criminal investigation, the criminal prosecution in Los Angeles involving an international and well-known public figure. We will be advised, Ms. Wood, that in our opinion, it is in her and her family's best interest not to be in Los Angeles at the time of this individual's arrest. Oh my God. And the criminal proceedings. The safety of Miss Wood and her son, Jack, as well as other victims in their family, are of utmost concern during this time. Alabama says, what do you think? Ilma responds, it's good. I don't know about the letter stating the arrest before it happens. Now, it goes on, but I'm going to leave it there. You can't make this stuff up. Brighton takes all this stuff up and gives it to Marilyn, sends it to the police with a little bow on her sister. Ilma, I must say, I come across some terrible people in my time, but I must say you are the worst. One of the worst things you can do to a person, to anyone, is to lull them in to a false sense of security. Deception is the worst thing you could do to someone. Now you would always be ready to be deceived by your enemy. But it's worse when it's someone next to you that you trust. Ilma. But Ilma got her just dessert because Evan used her and then got rid of her. All right. You can't make this stuff up. On that note, I want to thank you for stopping by. Oh, please like, subscribe, and I thank you. My subscribers, thank you. And those of you who are teetering on subscribing, hey, just push it, subscribe. And thank you for stopping by.